Okay, first off, I've got to start on the most complicated part of this anime. That little bunny rabbit bitch's name. What the hell? Was it like Yukitsukuru? Yukitskuru? Oh god. It's spelled so weird as well. Even just reading it, it's like Uexkul. Uxkud? What the... That's not a fucking word. That may be like Russian, written in English letters, translated to Japanese pronunciation. It's not a real word. It's so weird. Anyway, other than that, Flip Flappers continued being exactly what I expected it to be, which was greatness. Because, honestly, I've seen a lot of people taking the piss out of the fact that most of the dialogue is just Kokona, Papika, continuously, and yeah, pretty much. But at the same time, that's not what I'm watching this one for. I'm not watching this one for incredibly deep dialogue or like deep thinking. I mean, there's a lot to actually look at in this one that you can interpret. There's a lot of artistic choices in this one. I mean, hell, just the opening is really artistic. But then in this episode, like, everything got really abstract when they went into the world of pure illusion as well. So there's definitely a lot you could read into a lot of these scenarios. I mean, when they first appeared, everything was just abstract shapes and colours. It was so confusing as hell. You even had, like, Kokona appear at first, grow her bunny tail and her bunny ears and freak out. And then you had this creepy thing look like it was attacking her that looked like it wasn't quite human. It was a bunch of shapes with like a human face in the middle. And it slowly formed back into Papika as Kokona recognized it by smell. Which is another weird thing this show keeps doing. It keeps using human sense of smell to like ridiculous levels. I mean, I thought Papika was like just raised weird, a bit like a wild animal, because she was constantly sniffing Kokona and sniffing those fragments that they're trying to collect. But in this one, even Kokona herself was sniffing Papika and sniffing other things, confirming their existence through smell. Oh man, it got so damn weird when they went into pure illusion. Before that, it was just the normal kind of thing. Kokona was trying to act all cool about everything. As you went on, you found out that the reason Kokona didn't want to go exploring with Papika anymore was because she was worried that Papika had almost died. And that scared her, and she didn't like it, so she didn't want to spend any more time with her. She didn't want to be put in that kind of position again, where she felt like it was her fault that Papika was getting into danger. And so she tried to back off, and her friend really tried to make Papika back off as well. That chick with the blonde hair who looks really cool with a couple of red stripes in it. Like, she is so in love with Kokona, and I really didn't expect it from the first episode. There weren't that many signs. I mean, she was barely in the first episode, but in this one, like, she's showing up all over the place. She's casually pushing Papika aside, like, getting all up in her face, telling her she's a freak and to stay away, and oh man, she's just making it so clear. She's on that Yuri kind of route. She wants Kokona in her bed. I didn't expect there to be this much Yuri in this series. I mean, we even had the introduction of a new girl as well. A new girl from the school. I think she had green hair, but she seems to be an art club member, and she got really close to Kokona, like, really instantly, because Kokona was checking out this painting, which it turned out she really liked, and they got to talking a little bit. Green-haired girl wanted her to come to the art club, and nothing else really came to it because it got interrupted by Papika glomping Kokona. So yeah, there's a lot of Yuri going on in this anime. There's a lot of love being built up between different girls in this one. I don't think we've actually met any guys yet that aren't part of the Flip Flap organization. We haven't like met any male teenagers or anything yet. So yeah, weird stuff, but fun. And then into the actual pure illusion world. Holy shit. This was just weird as hell. I mean, they went to a world last time that was just like a snowy landscape. It had giant bug critters running around in it. In this one, everything was just, like I said before, abstract as fuck. And as soon as they came to this new world, they turned into bunny girls. They got bunny ears, bunny tails, and big buck bunny teeth. Which then they seem to have like a almost sexual need to chew on things that are hard. I mean, you had this really awkward moment of Kokona keep looking at stones and metal objects and saying, "It's so hard," while kind of drooling out the side of her mouth because she wanted to chew on it. Which was very awkward for me to watch. I mean, I get like the sexual fetishizing kind of thing, but it was just weird. Meanwhile, Papika had like no problems just instantly chewing on the robot's arms and chewing on Kokona and chewing on whatever she felt like. But yeah, that was all very weird, depending on how you read into that. And I mean, that's something you have to do in this series. Although you don't have to examine the dialogue too deeply, the artistic choices and the things they're doing in Pure Illusion, they definitely have real-world meanings to them. They definitely are connected to the real world in interesting ways. What was even weirder is when we found the bunny rabbit in Pure Illusion as well. And he was suddenly this big, furry, anthropomorphized human with like green fur all over him still very much more bunny-like than Kokona and Papika were. But it was just so weird to see him humanized in this and looking so cool. He had like a dashing thief kind of style to him, when in the real world he's just a really fat, creepy-looking bunny rabbit thing. So yeah, Sakura, or however you pronounce that name. It was weird seeing him in Pure Illusion. I hope he doesn't appear in Pure Illusion again. Because it was especially weird how clearly in love he was with Kokona as well. I mean, completely understandable since he's her pet, but just weird to see him giving her that look when in the real world he's a goddamn bunny rabbit. Oh man, but at least in this one we got to see Papika go Super Saiyan mode as well. Like, we basically saw Kokona go Super Saiyan last episode. I don't know what else to call it. You know, they powered up, they unleashed their new forms. When Kokona does it, she seems to be able to just fly around at super speed and has super strength. Papika also seems to have the ability to create, like, force shields around her and other things, and even throw them as if they were projectile weapons. So that was pretty cool. The action in this one was pretty damn cool. The artistic choices were interesting. The colours just kept switching up. Like, the colours of each character's hair just changed with whatever environment they were in. Which is another really interesting thing to look into. Seriously, if people are into art, they must go nuts. Like, imagining what the different artistic effects they're using actually mean. For me, it's just like, damn, that looks pretty kind of thing. I mean, the fact that Kokona had like human colour hair at one point in this episode, she actually had brown hair and looked more human than ever before when she was being protected by Papika, probably suggests that that's when she felt most like a normal girl, is when she was being protected by someone that she's slowly falling in love with. So, I mean, yeah, I read at least that much into it, but I'm not going to go reading into every scene from this, because then you'd get like an hour-long review, and that would be insane. Oh, man, so that was crazy. At the end, we had the other friend who's in love with Kokona seeing her and Papika essentially getting together, watching from afar, being all weirded out and kind of sad about it. And then we had Kokona and Papika go back to the weird laboratory that Papika works at, which has that dark bit hidden to it. I mean, we saw that girl die at the beginning of the first episode while trying to bond with Papika. So who knows what else they're doing in the shadows, but from seeing Kokona and Papika walk around this place, it looks like a death trap. And then you've had them go into these weird, barely cupboard-sized rooms where they can still hold each other's hands, but they've basically been disappeared from them. We met Dr. Salt, who gave this really creepy-looking grin at Kokona. Talked about how he wants to liberate Pure Illusion, so I have no idea what's going on there. But I just got really creepy vibes from the whole goddamn thing. So I can't wait to find out more about that. What the hell is going on in this world? What they want to do with Pure Illusion? How they're going to explain what Pure Illusion is? Oh, man. Just a great episode. I just really enjoyed it the whole way through. Even though it was a little bit weird at times, like, weird is something you're going to have to get used to in this. It's like, Fully Cooley is actually the best thing I can think to compare it to. With all the artistic effects, the craziness, the Sakuga movement, yeah, pretty much. Fully Cooley. Just not always so abstract, but yeah. Fully Cooley and Paprika, actually. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode. For me, just pure greatness. I really loved everything. Except for the whole, it's so hard moments. That was just, nah, man. Nah, I don't need to be hearing that in my non-18 plus anime. So let me know your thoughts, and if you enjoyed this review, wreck that like button like you mean it. Subscribe if you haven't already to see more, and I will see you guys next time.